Hey guys, welcome to the September Research Roundup. September was one of the most exciting months in recent memory for health news, so let's dive right in. First up, we have that weight loss jabs improve health outcomes. Tirzepatide and semaglutide can reduce hospitalization for heart failure and all-cause mortality by over 40%, based on data from tens of thousands of people from 2018 to 2024. There's a lot of noise about these injections being inferior to other weight loss methods and that fat will just return afterwards. So having this kind of real-world result is very valuable. Low to no calorie sweeteners were associated with cognitive decline. In an 8-year prospective study of 12,772 people published in Neurology, they found 7 sweeteners associated with an accelerated rate of cognitive decline. They were associated with declines in memory, verbal fluency, and global cognition. Next up, we have that nicotinamide supplementation was associated with reduced skin cancer. In a retrospective cohort study of 33,822 veterans, supplementation with 1 gram of nicotinamide, also known as niacinamide or vitamin B3, per day for more than 30 days, resulted in a 14 to 54% reduced risk of skin cancers overall, especially cutaneous squamous cell carcinoma. Next is that cocoa flavanols reduce inflammaging, mortality, migraines, and more. Results were published from Cosmos, which is the Cocoa Supplement and Multivitamin Outcome Study, which is a large, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial. Over the course of 2 years, cocoa extract supplementation resulted in a 27% reduction in cardiovascular disease death, a 15% reduction in migraines, and a 5% reduction in flu-like symptoms and other headaches. The same trial also tested a common multivitamin and found that it slowed cognitive decline by a massive 60% and that it reduced a decline in memory function by over 100% over a 3-year period, meaning that their memory after 3 years was slightly better than at the start of the trial. Multivitamins get a lot of bad press, and I really don't see why. There's a ton of evidence for their good effects. Sure, they aren't standardized, so it's hard to exactly compare formulations, but a lot of the evidence is based on broad data sets from people who were using whatever multivitamin they bought, and they still saw significant benefits like childhood asthma prevention and hip fracture prevention. Next, we have that grounding may improve sleep and stress. In a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled pilot study of 60 participants, using a grounding mat reduced stress, insomnia severity, daytime sleepiness, and increased sleep duration. It'd be great to see the study design repeated with more participants because studies on grounding and earthing are usually not very high quality, so a lot of people find it difficult to know whether it's pseudoscience. Another study found that grounding may improve mitochondrial function. Mitochondria under grounded conditions produce significantly more ATP by 5 to 11%, and reduced reactive oxygen species production by 22 to 33%. ATP is adenosine triphosphate, and that's the energy produced by mitochondria to power our bodies. And reactive oxygen species are byproducts of oxygen metabolism that can lead to oxidative stress. Next, we have that the oral microbiome is associated with pancreatic cancer. In a cohort of 122,000 participants, oral bacteria and fungi were associated with an over 300% increase in the risk of developing pancreatic cancer. The 5-year survival of pancreatic cancer is only 13%, so research like this is greatly needed, and we're seeing a lot of studies in recent years about the profound effect that our oral health has on our overall health. Next, we have the finding that house surfaces act as VOC sponges. An experiment demonstrated the ability of houses to absorb and slowly re-release VOCs over a long period of time, in some cases for over 100 years. The authors say that this helps to explain phenomena like third-hand smoke, where smoke from tobacco or burning wood lingers for a long time after the source has been removed. Finally, we have that gestational diabetes is linked to autism, ADHD, and developmental delays. A review of 48 studies spanning nearly 50 years found that people born to mothers who had gestational diabetes, which is like type 2 diabetes that usually disappears after giving birth, had higher likelihoods of ADHD at 36%, autism at 56%, developmental delays, and reduced IQs by 3.92 points. That's it for this month. Please let me know which of this information was most surprising or useful to you, and subscribe for more content like this.